Hi, I'm Ben Johnson with asTech. In this video, we're going to show you how to successfully request an asTech remote service using your launch device. Before we actually get into that process, I want to make sure a couple of things are taken care of before we start. The first thing is, on your Smartlink VCI, this is the device that connects to your OBD2 port. Make sure that your connection is hardwired. While the VCI supports wireless Wi-Fi internet, especially when we're doing reprogramming events, we want to make sure that this hardwire is connected because that ensures a good signal throughout the process. You might have wondered why we sent you 100 feet of Ethernet cable with your device. Now you know. The second thing we want to make sure you know is the battery support. Extremely important. Some of these events can take 20, 30, 45 minutes or more. We really don't know the condition of this battery, and we need a good, stable voltage throughout the process. Typical battery chargers, battery boost boxes, things like that, typically will not support this. We require a proprietary, built for the purpose battery maintenance unit like the Launch PFP150. This can provide the amperage needed no matter what condition the vehicle experiences during a reprogramming or health check or ADAS calibration event. Okay, now that those are taken care of, let's start the process. On our launch device, remember we swipe to the right once to get to the asTech application. We select that, and now that we have our credentials, we can put them in, and if we've already entered them, we go right to the main screen. On this screen, we see that we're connected to a 2025 Volkswagen Taos, and we want to do a new request. So we select the new request button, and we'll get a question. Do we want to do a health check? Do we want to do a recalibration? Or do we want to do module programming? In this case, we're going to do a health check because we know this vehicle doesn't need any reprogramming events. We already checked. So I'm going to select health check, and I'm presented with a little bit of information that I need to provide. First thing is the repair order number, so that we can link this record with the repair order number in your shop. The second thing will be the mileage of the vehicle, just so that we can track it, so when the vehicle comes back at some point, we can watch the life cycle of events that we've done on this vehicle and see if anything's changed. And then we want to advise if we've got any warning lights, and most importantly, the method of contact. We have a chat capability built into this tablet, into the software, so that we can communicate with our remote asTech technician. We can use that, or if you prefer, you can put in your cell phone number and we can contact you either via text or give you a call. Your preference. In this case, I'm going to use the chat function on the tablet. And then I can type in the notes field what I'm trying to do. This allows our asTech technician to understand what you're trying to accomplish so he can better hone in on that event. I'm just going to say health check. And now I submit, and you'll see an indicator that says it's creating our request. Now, on our screen, we say that an event has been submitted. In the background, the unit is now sending the VIN and information about this vehicle to our asTech data center. That data center is going to recognize that it's a Volkswagen and which Volkswagen tool is needed to properly service this vehicle. It's going to find an unused version of that tool, connect to that, and then it's going to find an asTech technician that knows how to run that tool, and then they'll get back to us through the chat, since that's what I chose. While that's occurring, it can take 2 to 5 minutes for this to happen. We process thousands of these requests a day. You could look at your interface screen and just kind of walk through it with me. We started on the upper left at the shop, which is where we submitted this request. If we click one down, we can actually see how many devices we have available and how many are in use and for what. I actually have 3 devices, and this is kind of an important note. If you have a super busy shop, remember, while this device is paired up with this vehicle doing an event, it's not available for anything else. So I have 3 of these devices, and I could literally be doing 3 different reprogramming events or remote calibrations or health checks or what have you at the same time. I can have 1 device per vehicle. It's only limited by the number of devices that we have. I'm showing that I have 2 that are still available. 1 is in use. That's on this vehicle. It talks about that. If I scroll down one more to the records selection, I can see the list of all the events that I've ever done. in my shop. And I've got a lot of health checks, a couple of ADAS calibrations, what have you, and I can retrieve those at any time. So once we've finished the service on this vehicle, it'll go into this report area, and in a month or 2 months, if the vehicle comes back for some reason, we can always compare the condition it's in when it comes back to the condition it was in when it left and see what's changed so we can better guide the consumer in a repair plan to solve this problem. Below that is the user profile information. I can now edit my contact information or what have you on here. And then there are settings, which is where I would go to look for updates to the software. I can look for help and training. It's really cool. We have a lot of training and tutorials available for our services. I'm going to skip that, but there's a lot of assets here available for you. Okay, and with that, we're just going to wait now for our technician to pick up, and he'll chat with me in a minute saying he's connected, ask if there's anything specific I need done, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, well, I see that I've got a chat indicator here, so I've got a technician now ready to talk to me. That took probably 2 or 3 minutes. Remember, one of the nice things about the asTech Mechanical Services is that we're on demand. You didn't have to set an appointment, you didn't have to call us and figure out the right time, but we do have a lot of technicians and a lot of tools that are always in service, so sometimes it takes 2 or 3 minutes to connect. I'm going to select this chat indicator here. I've got Anthony as my technician, and he says, hello, starting on your health check now. He's connecting to the vehicle, and now there's really nothing for me to do. I'll just say thank you. Send that back, and now we can interactively chat as we need to. Here's where I could have told him, hey, I've got a check engine light, or the car's got an interesting problem I'm really looking for. We don't actually diagnose the vehicles but we can guide the tool to try to find the problem for you better if you're working on an interesting problem, for example. So while he's doing that in your shop, we really don't want you just watching us because there's nothing for you to do. Now, Anthony's in the background manipulating the OE tool, working on this vehicle for you. You could be hanging brake pads on another car or replacing a water pump or whatever that might be. We want you being efficient and making money for yourself and the shop while this process is going on. Okay, well, I've been working on another car and I got an indication from Anthony that he's ready to chat with me again. Let's see what he found. He says, health check is complete, no codes in any modules. You're good to connect. In this case, we'll disconnect. And now he'll take the information that he got from in this case, Volkswagen factory tool. He's going to take that information and put it into an asTech report and send that back to me as well as an invoice. So you'll know what you got charged for this service. And you can then take that information and share that either with your customer, put it in the records with your shop management system, or just have it available if the vehicle ever comes back. It'll always be available on this portal. And I see that I've got some information here, so let me view that. First of all, my invoice, that's going to be $50 because it was a health check. We price these that way so that you can mark these up like any other part. If we charge you $50, we expect you to charge $75 or $100. And then we can download this to the device. We can share it via email, whatever we'd like to do. I'm going to view the report. And in the report, we have a nice report that says who we were, what we did, and any recommendations that might accompany that. In this case, it's a pretty boring report because the car is actually in pretty good shape. Again, though, I could share this out. I could send it via email to my customer. I can save it in my portal, whatever I'd like to do. Enjoy your asTech services. Remember, in the settings on your display, there's all kinds of support assets, little mini videos like this, other assets, as well as the support number. If you ever have a problem, give us a call. We're happy to help. Thank you.